What's up, everybody? It's Dante Walton. Nintendo's back with another surprise drop, like not out of nowhere. Here's Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, a story 100 years before the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. So I guess this is Hyrule Warriors 2, and it's also a prequel to Breath of the Wild somehow. So obviously this is separate from like the sequel of Breath of the Wild that they announced at E3, but let's check out what this is. It's about 6 minutes long, so I guess it's like a trailer and like a little bit of explanation, but let's go. By the way, I haven't played Hyrule Warriors yet, but
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend
I'm willing
of
to
Zelda
jump into
series.
this game because I love Breath of the Wild.
We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on the sequel to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Everyone, thank you so much. Regarding the sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more updates.
Okay, so this is something kind of like in the meantime, which is cool.
In the meantime, we've
Oh,
prepared a different
yeah.
way for you to experience the world of Hyrule, and we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Okay, so all the stuff that was in the flashbacks or the memories in Breath of the Wild, you can actually play through pretty much, which is cool. I love the visual style of Breath of the Wild, so this is awesome. And probably you can finally play as the champions and maybe Zelda too. That'd be cool. This looks like Breath of the Wild, which is crazy. I know gameplay wise it's going to be different, but this is awesome. Nice, so you can't play as the champions, alright. I wonder if it's going to have, like, how many characters are going to be. I know the original had, like, a bunch of Zelda characters from across the different games, but I wonder if this is just going to pull from Breath of the Wild or not. Or if they're still going to have, like, different characters from across different games.
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. In that game, the great calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full. In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the Great Calamity. So now, I would like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer, Mr. Hayashi, to join me here.
Hello everyone, I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, "I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity. What do you think?" The battles between the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement Warrior-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule Warriors games were filled with Zelda conventions. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely, and perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time, this was an extraordinary experience. It's a new, special title.
Breath of the Wild was actually the first Zelda I played all the way through, so
Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the process, including gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue. And while we maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series with exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles and a wide variety of playable characters,
Okay, so this is a wide variety.
game
Okay.
that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild firsthand.
Oh, imagine you could play as. No, I don't. Actually, would it make sense to play as characters that are from Breath of the Wild that aren't like from 100 years ago? Like, could you play as cast and stuff like that? That'd be awesome.
Led by Mr. Hayashi,
I honestly don't
had
know.
a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series.
Oh,
This time
Impa.
around,
That'd
they
be
made
cool.
it possible to create
She wasn't
a
around
new
back then.
experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I believe this game will offer the experience of the great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original game. I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild can experience this game.
I actually feel like going and playing Hyrule Warriors now.
Age of Calamity will launch on November 20th.
Hey, okay. November 20th. So is this going to be like their big
Thank
holiday
you for your
game?
continued support for The Legend
Because
of
I could see
Zelda
this doing
and
really
this
well.
game.
Definitely outselling Hyrule Warriors. Like the first one. Okay, is that the end? Okay, so yeah. That's the end of the video. Okay, yeah, that game looks really interesting actually. Okay, I didn't expect that. Again, this was just shadow dropping Nintendo out of nowhere. I wish a lot of these things were packaged into one big Nintendo Direct because that would have been really exciting, I think. But I understand like maybe they're unsure about release dates and all that. They're pushing back a lot of these announcements, but yeah, this game actually looks pretty interesting. I wonder what other characters are going to be there. They said a wide variety of characters. So far, they showed off Link and the 4 different champions. I wonder if Zelda's playable or not. I'm guessing yeah. So that's exciting, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game coming out November 20th. November's starting to be a really jam-packed year for games with Assassin's Creed, Cyberpunk, probably some others that I'm not thinking of right now, but yeah, anyways, thanks for checking out this video, guys. Yeah, sorry you haven't seen any gameplay recently. My computer was broken, but ordered a new computer, and should be here tomorrow, so expect gameplay really soon, and like and subscribe for more gaming content. Thank you guys. Bye.